Viewers at home, welcome to another amazing episode of Church Girls Who Rock, where I bring you the very best in their own fields, in their own industries, who excel but still rock for God. Today I have an amazing woman, young lady actually, and today we're going to have a twist. She is a female jazz pianist who graduated from UKZN and got her honors degree from University of Pretoria, and her name is Lindi. Ngonelo, how are you?
I'm well, Swazi. How are you?
I'm good. I think you're the first guest to actually call me Swazi.
Okay.
Everybody's like, hi Swazi, hi Swazi. But hey, I'm fine. Let's keep Swazi. It works for me. It works for me. Who knows, our moms could be watching, and your mom could be saying, I didn't teach her that.
Yep. So it's a respect thing.
Wow. So, when I was picking out my guests, I was like, I need to have everybody represented. Sometimes I have singers, sometimes I have communications, sometimes I have contractors, etc. But in music is so vast that it's not just about singing. And your name came into my mind because you're so phenomenal. Young as you are, you're a graduate, number one. Number two, you're a female pianist. You are holding your own against the cats, against the giants. What's the pressure like?
Oh man, the pressure is crazy. I think that throughout this journey as a female pianist, I've found that I've had to prove myself twice as much as guys would. Guys generally are taken at their word when they say that they're a musician, but as soon as you are a female and people hear you say that you're a female musician, people are like, oh wow, I should hear you play, I should see you play. Where are your videos? Can you send me some videos?
It's like they want to see.
They need that proof. They need that evidence that you really do play. But throughout all of that, it's just been a really, really great journey, and I honestly wouldn't trade it for anything.
And go play, you do. I should know, because I've worked with you as well, and I've seen you with so many other people. Not only do you do that, but now you teach music as well.
Exactly, I do.
You teach in what's called a magnet program?
It's the East Rand School of the Arts, so it's a government school, which happens to be an art school. So I teach music there. I teach grade 11s and grade 12s, mostly theory, which keeps me on my feet, so it helps that I also get to just
you always have to brush up
my theory as well.
Oh wow. And you teach, you play piano, you're a songwriter, and maybe people who don't know, just the likes of people that you've worked with in the past, so that people understand exactly how great you are, because they're thinking, I know she just protects because she knows.
Well, I've worked with both you and your husband. I've worked with Brenda Mtambo, I've worked with Mamudu Nokwe, which has been a great honor. I've worked with Sipogazi, I've worked with Nomsa Mazwai, currently working with Buhle Bendalo from The Soil. And just mostly as a session pianist with a whole bunch of different musicians, also in different styles of music. Also, it's not just primarily jazz. And
I love how you started out. You started out with a girl group called Heels Overhead back in Durban.
In Durban, yes.
So that sort of already announced you to the space that hey, females are here. Girl power.
Yes.
Is the group still together?
The group is still together. I occasionally session with them if they don't have a pianist, but the group is definitely still together. Last year, actually, they were celebrating 10 years of existence.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they're still pushing.
Oh wow! I remember back when I was in Durban, when we were hosting you guys, I used to say it's an all female drum space, everybody female, and the gig comes together nicely and it rocks and people enjoy it, etc. And you guys won a few awards, or you were nominated.
We were nominated back in 2011 in the summers in the jazz category, and Jonathan Butler was one of the nominees as well.
Wow!
So that already for us was like a big deal.
Yes.
For us being recognized within the same space as somebody so great as Jonathan Butler. So that meant that, hey, we've made our stamp, we've made our mark. People know us, people see us.
Wow. And we keep speaking jazz, but what people don't know is that you're a PK.
Yes, that's right.
You're like myself, you're a pastor's kid.
Yes.
So now here you are playing in clubs.
Yes.
Here you are playing the secular music.
Right.
What are the parentals, saying when you start taking this journey into jazz?
My parents have always been aware of what kind of music I'm doing. And I've also just always reassured them that, guys, look, church, I will not miss church for any reason. So if I get home from a gig at 3 a.m. on a Sunday morning, best believe by 6, 7 I'm up, I'm getting ready for church.
Wow.
So I don't let anything get in the way of church. As much as I'm doing the club gigs and the secular music, I don't let anything get in the way of that.
And how difficult is it then to be in that space? You're a child of God, you're a pastor's child. You know, there's a difference between being a Christian and being a pastor's kid. Because when you're a pastor's kid, now you people know you as Ngonelo's daughter.
Right.
You're no longer Lindi. No.
Sure.
You are your mother's child.
Yes.
You know, you are your father's child. So now, how difficult is it now to make sure that in that space you do not get swallowed up and become painted by the same brush as every other musician probably that has a glass of wine in their hand, etc., etc., etc.
I'm always conscious of the fact that wherever I go, I am a representative of my parents and the way that they raised me, you know, the godly principles I was raised with. So for me, drinking alcohol is not a thing for me. And it's a personal choice. I understand that there are PKs who partake in, you know, alcohol.
Spoken like a true PK.
And that's okay.
Partake. Thou partakest.
And that's okay. I have zero judgment towards them. But for me, it's a personal choice that I've made that, hey, I'm not gonna dabble in this because of the fact that I'm conscious of, you know, my parents. If people see things that I do that go against my parents' reflection, what are people going to think? What are people going to say?
Yeah.
So I'm very conscious of that.
Wow. I guess this is why I see you a lot, you know, maintaining that relationship, that church relationship with your mom.
Yes.
Because she does a lot of women empowerment, women-related, you know, things in the ministry. And I see you becoming a part of that. How involved are you?
I try to be as involved as I can be with my mom being in Durban and myself here in Joburg. So whenever I get an opportunity to go home to attend one of those events, I do. And sometimes she comes here and she hosts those events. So I make sure that I'm there as well. Just so she knows that, you know, hey, she's got that family support. Because it's one thing having the church support, but it means so much more having your children support you. So I try as much as possible to be there.
Okay. You are, how old are you?
I'm 33.
Oh, okay. I always thought that you were 25. Or in my mind, you just stopped growing.
In your
at
mind,
some
I've been
point.
25 for the last 10 years.
I think so. I think at some point you just stopped growing at some point. And with me, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
So when I see you, I'm like, Lange, here's a role model closer to your age.
Right.
I'm the only one that's growing up apparently. And everybody just you know, stays the same. How would you encourage? I don't see a lot of girl instrument players.
Yes.
We have actually a situation whereby I even call you sometimes, you know, where if we have women's conferences, we still have guys playing the instruments, etc.
Yes.
How would you encourage more women, more females, more young people to actually pick up an instrument and play? Because like my son, Ulwa, he plays like almost 4. You understand?
Okay.
But my daughter would rather do ballet and pliés and, you know.
Yes.
So what do you think, or how do you think, what role can we play into making sure that we nurture more into the space?
I feel that there's a lot of intimidation that is at play, which is what holds women back from pursuing an instrument. For me, that I think it was a blessing that I started so early on. I started at the age of 12, and so I didn't even know anything about being intimidated or anything like that.
Until you got into the industry.
Until I got into the industry. But by then I felt like I was already so solidly grounded that I knew my place. I knew what I was there to do, you know. So I think that if the females can overcome that intimidation, that will then close that gap between, you know, females and them taking up an instrument.
So this thing is almost, one can say that it's across the board. In any industry, whether be it, you know, the guys always feel that it's their space.
Definitely.
And the girls always feel like they're the lesser, you know.
Right.
Have you experienced any of that. Let's call it bullying, because we don't want to say it's abuse, but it's borderline abuse.
Yeah, kinda.
It's borderline abuse. If you really think about it, it's like, you know, we all playing. Let's play.
Sure.
The fact that you're a man should not determine that, you know, you get the prime spot, or you are always on first keys, I'm on second keys, etc.
Yes.
Have you experienced any of the bullying now yourself personally, and how have you overcome it?
It's been very subtle, I have, but they kind of try to. The
But
males
you're so quiet
try to
though, like
downplay it. I speak through my playing. I am quiet. I am quiet.
I know that
I allow the playing to do the talking for me.
So then they know to ease up and lay off, because when it comes to the black and whites, you are just going to you know, hold your own.
That's how I do it.
It's a shame though, because I mean, imagine it now looks like, honestly, okay, except for the strings in orchestras, I see a lot of females.
Right.
But in the rhythm section itself, you know, unless it's a girls group, then we're just we are lacking.
Yeah.
I think just at the top of my head, I can count yourself. I can count Tandintuli or Stebza, and apart from Hills of Head, I don't know anybody myself.
Yes.
And the other crisis that I think we have is that unless maybe Tandiswa does a festival which has got an all-female band, then that's it. But that's like once a year. Would you consider, I don't know, maybe I'm giving you an idea, a program where now you groom female, just focusing on the girl? I know this is Church Girls Rock after all.
Sure.
Just focusing on grooming girls into the space and introducing them and mentoring them.
That's an interesting question. I've actually had a few females that have messaged me either on Instagram or on Facebook saying how they're watching me from a distance and how inspiring I am and how motivated they are. I had one who inboxed me and she said that she started piano and then she gave up, and then she wants to go back now because she saw me playing. That for me is such a blessing, and it's so humbling, you know. So I definitely would consider something like that, you know, taking a group of girls and just working on motivating them and just really also grooming their confidence also. You know, I think the confidence plays a very big part in this. And then just you know, making them own what they do.
Yes, and still be girls. Because like when I see you, you are made up, like you love the face beat, and you dress up like you're a girl. It's just that you're on keys.
I'm on keys.
You understand?
Right.
And still be girls, because now some I've seen some musicians now, they don't want to be butch just because they're playing. You know, you need to be feminine and own your space and be a girl.
Definitely.
But rock in what you do.
Definitely. Being an instrumentalist doesn't now mean that it's taking anything away from your femininity. You know, you're still maintaining your femininity, but you're making a stamp with what you do.
Awesome. You're a songwriter.
I am.
I don't know if I should do this on this platform, but you wrote me, was it one or two?
It was two songs from your Gospel Meets Jazz album.
Yes, and that album was a Sama nominated album, etc., etc., etc. And you wrote me one of my biggest songs on that album, and I'd like us to do it for the viewers at home.
Okay.
But before we go there, I want to know, how do you have fun?
Sure. So with you having observed that I'm a quiet person, that means that I really enjoy my space. So if I'm not at gigs or at rehearsals, I'm either at a friend's, we're chilling, we're doing a braai, or I'm home indoors just binging on series. That's my thing.
Oh, so you're a Netflix person.
That's my thing. Yes.
I see this. Boyfriend?
No, not at the moment. And I'm
heartbreak.
Long story, but long story cut short.
Yeah.
I'm really not in a rush, and I'm not panicking either. You know, if it's in God's plan, it will happen. But yeah, I'm just doing me right now.
Okay, I hope that there isn't some more guy at home saying, "Oh, she just denied me."
No.
In front of millions of people that are gonna see.
Oh wow! I hope not.
You don't know. Maybe someone is having a mental relationship
in their mind. Yes,
you know?
In their mind we are dating.
So you're focused on God right now.
Yes,
you focused on your
God,
craft.
Work. That's really what I'm about right now. Hey,
future plan. Why haven't you got an album yet? Okay, this one now is me as Swazi scolding you.
It's coming. I don't know what I'm waiting for actually. That's
like how long have you been in the space?
Truth. Yeah. Look, it's something that I'm constantly thinking about. It's always just roving around in my mind. So I will do it.
You need to.
I definitely will do it.
You need to.
Yeah. I already have enough tracks.
Yes,
for an
you're
album,
a beautiful
so
songwriter.
I definitely will.
You are depriving the world of experiencing in your,
I'm sorry.
Or is it because you're comfortable in touring as, a part of a band?
I think the comfort zone is probably
because
what's
recently you were in.
I was in Italy.
Yes.
Recently, yes, with the Liberation Project.
So you're like why?
maybe in a subtle way I am,
because like you're enjoying everything already.
Yes,
the tours are there, you're teaching and you are gigging, so you're like, don't become complacent and lazy.
I don't want to.
Otherwise in a year's time I'll be asking you this question again.
Okay, I hope in a year's time my answer will be different.
I'm praying that it is
positively different.
Thank you so much for being here. Before we sing, I just want to say to people that I hope that young people more especially will take something from this episode and really, really be inspired to become the greatest that they can. Lindi, you're a church girl who rocks.
Thank you, Swazi.
And we're going to play you out with the song. It's called Sow Your Seed. I hope I still remember the lyrics.
Okay.
But there it goes. I'm your host, the Swazi. This takes me back, hey? You said to love you with all my heart and mind and soul and strength. You came and all that was out of place and wrong your love did mend. I see your love in me, change me completely, now I'm free. I'll go and plant your seed, I'll show the world who you are. I will sow your seed of love to all. Let it bring forth your love to all. I will sow your seed of love to all. Let it. I think we need to go to a solo. Your love to all. Yeah, baby. Yeah, girl. Okay, chorus. I will sow your seed of love to all. Let it bring forth your love to all. I will sow your seed of love to all. Let it bring forth your love to all. La da 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 da. We do 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 we. La da 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 da. La da da da.